How many of you out there are dogs trying to sell tennis balls and you don't even know it right now? Listen, I spent the past few months studying failed coaching businesses, and over 95% of them made the same fatal mistake. Okay. Here's the thing, most of you watching this are making this exact same mistake right now. And I alluded to it with that funny little hook that got you to lean in and stay here for long enough. Look, I've been in this game for over a decade, right? I built a gym, I went online, coached hundreds of coaches. If you've been around, you know this story. I've seen the patterns. I've lived the patterns. I'll tell you about how I keep trying to shoot myself in my own foot because I know these patterns. So when coaches come to me saying, Chase, I don't know why my business isn't working, I decided to dig deep, right? Like really deep. I analyzed almost 1,000 failed coaching businesses, looked at their offers, their messaging, their content, their sales processes, everything. But I found failed fitness coaches, failed business coaches. Yeah, failed business coaches, right? Mindset coaches, relationship coaches, coaches who had great content, coaches who had terrible content, coaches who invested in funnels and ads, coaches who didn't. The list goes on, right? And over 95% of them, almost every single one, it made the same fatal mistake. Like it came back to one anchor point, one keystone. They were selling what they wanted to sell instead of what the market wanted to buy, right? The fitness coach, they wanted to sell functional movement patterns. The market wanted six-pack abs. Let that land. The business coach wanted to sell systems and processes. The market wanted to make their first 10K. You catching the pattern here? We all keep trying to sell the tools, like the mindset coach that wanted to sell inner child healing, but the market just wanted confidence to ask for a raise. Every single one of them was right about what their clients actually needed, but dead wrong about what would get them in the door, right? Just because you know something is the keystone to your program doesn't mean it's what they're focusing on. And here's what's really happening, guys. These coaches were protecting their egos instead of serving their markets. What does that even mean? Right? They thought selling surface level stuff was beneath them. They wanted to be seen as the deep, transformational coach who gets to the root of everything. But here's the brutal truth. You cannot transform someone who never becomes your client. And they'll never become your client if they don't know that you have the ability to help them. And they won't know that you have the ability to help them until they feel and know that you understand their pain, that you understand what's going on in their head. You're so busy being right about what they need that you're completely wrong about how to help them. Right? The coaches who succeeded, they used what I call the gateway drug strategy. Right? They sold what the market wanted as the gateway to what the market actually needed. Like, let's make sure this one lands here. Fitness becomes the gateway drug to personal development. Making money becomes the gateway drug to self-worth work. It becomes the gateway drug to healing your relationship with money, right? Getting organized becomes the gateway to life transformation. You give them what they think they want, and in the process, you give them what they actually need. Right? And I told you guys, I've almost done myself in with this one. I've learned it the hard way a few times. And if you watch my content, you see me still talking about stories because I have a hard time taking my own medicine. I learned it the hard way in my fitness brand, though. When I first went online, I wanted to sell only story work and mindset, only the transformation between the years, deep stuff, important stuff, right? And I have been doing fitness since I was 12 years old. Since, sheesh, what is that? 2000. I have been in the gym. I went online in 2018. And then, well, I went full force online in 2020. I've been online for like 2 years doing fitness. In 2020, I go, no, man, this is about the story we tell ourselves. Fitness will be easier. What I was completely discrediting was my journey to how I got to that work. And I was trying to skip steps with my clients and bring them to where I was. How do you think I got in touch with my body enough to like learn what was going on inside of it and feel that discomfort that comes up when a certain story comes up? Fitness, right? So, you know what happened when I started jumping ahead in my messaging? Crickets. My content got good engagement, but from other coaches with whom I went through the certifications, zero clients. So, what did I do? I swallowed my ego, started talking about fitness, hormone optimization, get your testosterone up, how alcohol's giving you man tits. And I mean, what happened? Of course, shirtless videos of Chase, single digit body fat, covered in tattoos, leads started pouring in. And here's the fun part, guys. I still did all the deep transformation work. But now I actually had clients to transform. And guys would get on their calls with me and they go, oh man, this is so much more than I thought it would be. Like the truth is that any good program out there is providing more than the surface level stuff that they're advertising. But people are in an if then thinking scenario where if I get this, then I'll be happy. But they can only see the first step. It's your job as a guide to meet them at that first step and walk the path with them. So here's how you fix it in your business. Step by step, how you do that. Identify what that first step is. Identify what your market thinks they want. Not what you know they need because you're so smart, what they actually want. Step 2, build an offer around that gateway drug, right? Make it absolutely irresistible. Make it so silly simple for them to take action on it. And step 3, deliver that promise. Help them lose the weight. Help them fix the relationship and give them the deeper transformation they actually need, the one to make it permanent. Because for any goal to become permanent, there must be an underlying change in identity, right? They come for the six pack, they stay for the confidence. They come for the money, they stay for the freedom. But here's the key. You have to actually deliver on the gateway promise. You can't just bait and switch. You can't sell people fitness and then have them meditating all day. People still need to know how to eat and move, right? If you promise fitness results, deliver fitness results. Just make sure the journey includes the deeper work so that the fitness results actually stick and become a part of who they are now, right? But to get real with you guys, like here's a question for you. Are you selling what you want to sell? Or are you selling what your market wants to buy? Because one will stroke your ego about how smart you are, and the other one will build an actual business. So which do you want? Because if you're one of the 97% making this mistake, your business is already dead. You just haven't accepted it yet. So drop a comment on this video and tell me how mad you are at me right now and how uncomfortable this video made you because you think that your offer is just so amazing. And I was going to shut this video off, but something told me to keep watching because maybe you're actually right, Chase, but I'm going to keep advertising this thing that isn't working. What does your market think they want versus what you're actually selling? Drop that in the comments, or you can tell me how much of a jerk I am. What does your market think they want? And what are you actually selling? Get real about it in the comments. And if you want the complete framework for building offers that actually convert, check out my coaching program in the description. It's time to stop being right about the paradigm in which you're living and start having what you want. Because as a refresher, a lot of us are addicted to being right, so much so that we'd rather be right about our current paradigm and about it being hard and about it needing to be this way than get what we say we want, because that would require us to be wrong. So if you're willing to admit that maybe you were wrong and there's a way to frame this so your market actually wants it, click below and let's chat.